Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we have Fate and Magic book 2 of the 7 Magics Academy series by Rashelle Workman. This is all about Snow White and her becoming a vampire. Yes, questions? Read the first book, you understand why. Here we have the 7 Magics Magic Academy is a school for the supernatural and only admits a select few, including Snow White, because fairy tales are real, but before the happily ever after, there will be blood. Snow has become her worst nightmare, a blood-sucking vampire, but that's the last of her problems. Her 7 extraordinary hot neighbours are throwing her 16th birthday masquerade, and she has to wear a dress. Despite that, Snow enjoys herself until the leader of the vampire hunters arrive, determined to slay her. Before he can succeed, Snow is whisked to the time of the original vampires, where Surrender was queen and supernatural creatures freely roam the earth. Snow knows most of the story, having learned the basics during her training at the academy, but living it as a whole other stories. Snow finds herself in the middle of a war between the original vampire sisters, and that before she can get returned to her time, she has to find the courage to defeat the most malevolent of the supernaturals and wind up like Cinderella, who was turned out dead. So we find out that she's gone off on her own because what she did in the last book, and so she's trying to not feed on people, but in the end she does feed on 2 people, but enough to give she got told by Pops 10 seconds. But she says she takes 12 seconds to each feed. Well, she's not too bad, it's just 2 seconds out. But, it all lets it out for her. She's okay. She's all good. And she's trying to survive. And then she goes back home, finds out all this, like her father and all that's doing in her, but nothing else has happened. And then she finds out the person that she thought in book 1 is actually alive and well, and it's so confusing. We find out that he is actually a half human, half vampire by the looks of it, and he's still alive. So now we have the seven extraordinary hot men who are delicious. By the way, guys, don't mind if I do. And so she goes for this masquerade ball. These vampires trying to kill her because she's a vampire to the vampire queen, and she wants to know what's going on. So when she goes back to the original story, we find out all these things going on between her, people that looks like her friends from the future, and it was all over the place. But I was like, okay, I'm kind of getting there, kind of confused at the same time, but it was like really, really good at the same time as well. Not really much to say about this because obviously it's only a short book for me, so I don't have much to go through this book. Pretty much go through this masquerade. It's her 18th birthday, and she finds out that she's actually been asleep for 2 whole years apparently. So I was like, dang, that's a long time. So ouch. So pretty much she's been trying to sort that out. So obviously she's woken up with all of her, with Pops, with Christopher, with all the hot men as well, with all around her, but that she's acted like brothers, nothing romantic, and obviously they've gone to romantic towards that. And after all, she's now changed herself into able to feed on someone and like compel them almost, and make sure she only serves 12 seconds of bloodlust. So she has this apple that can basically bite into it and it tastes like blood, because it just tastes like a normal thing, which I thought was really, really cool and different. So this is, like I said, this is not really going to be a big thing to go through and stuff like that, because obviously small book, not really much to go on about. Just telling you what the back is basically tells you the whole thing. I'm just telling you some missing pieces here and there. That's everything for this book. I know it's not a big one, like I said, doesn't matter. I do have 3, 4, 5 and 6 as well. I still got to get 7, 8 and 9, 10. So there's a lot to get to. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you next time. Bye.